Another Saturday, another show in the game. Dayon alongside. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Latasha Jones.
Thank you.
How's your Saturday going in this muggy rain?
It is muggy outside, but I had an actually pretty good morning. My mama's birthday was on Thursday. Shout out, mama, happy birthday.
My baby brother's birthday is today, Damani. Happy birthday, baby bro.
Look, don't cut me off to do your shout out, okay? Can I finish my shout out first?
Hey.
Hey. Like I was saying, shout out to my mama, happy birthday, even though her birthday was on Thursday.
Happy birthday, Mama Jones.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Happy birthday, cousin, brother. Happy birthday, brother. So this morning, we took her to get all pampered. We got her hair done. Her nails done and facials and makeup done. So she, lunch, she finna be, having a good old time today.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Mama Jones. Can I get my shout out now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, happy birthday, little bro. Damani, happy birthday.
Yeah.
He turning 4. Yeah.
Aw.
4.
You got a 4-year-old brother?
My daddy, man, he say, hey.
Daddy be out there.
Hey, daddy, what's up?
Daddy be out there.
Man, well, let's get right into it, man. NBA draft was on Thursday.
Yes.
Lonzo Ball,
Boy.
number 2. Markelle Fultz, number 1. Trust in the process in Philly. I think they got a good young core building with Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz, Joel Embiid. They still got Jahlil Okafor was a top 5 pick on their roster. So I think they're trusting the process. I think they're on their way to winning some games, to actually playing competitive basketball. Because truth be told, they've been bad. They just call it how it is. They've been bad, but I think they're good. But Lonzo Ball, man, is probably the most famous celebrity or athlete in the NBA draft, and he went number 2 to the Lakers, in which we kind of been talking about the last few weeks if Lonzo Ball and D'Angelo Russell could play together, in which I thought maybe they could, but I didn't think it was a smart idea, and neither did Magic Johnson, because they traded D'Angelo Russell to the Brooklyn Nets, and also Timothy Mozgov. So Lonzo Russell is basically going to have the keys to the Lakers, starting point guard, face of the franchise. Magic already called him the face of the franchise.
That's what I was like, whoa, it's a big title right there.
Yeah, he's from L.A. From L.A., California. L.A., California kid. But we got to talk about his dad, man. We know LeVar Ball, as soon as did his interview right after Lonzo's, and he didn't hesitate to gloat like he normally does and talked about, well, he made a huge prediction, which it wasn't his first time saying this, but Lonzo would take the Lakers to the playoffs. And I don't know if he'll do that. The 8th seed.
I think he's gonna need that key player. Like, for instance, you know how like y'all, I'm gonna go to LeBron and be like, you know how y'all say he's not like that go-to player to finish the game, to close the game, or that clutch player.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like Lonzo Ball is that player either. I do feel like he is a key player, key role player. He sees the court very well. Fundamentally he can play,
Yeah.
But I don't think he's that finisher. So I think he's gonna need like a Kyrie Irving, or KD or somebody like that.
Paul George is the name that they're talking about.
Right. But I don't feel like Paul George is that big of a finisher. Like Kyrie, like that mean you could count on him 100%.
But Indiana counted on Paul George to do it.
I don't really necessarily think that it's. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're not a good match because I don't know, but I don't think that I don't know if he's the finisher that they need or looking for.
Paul George, I think he's definitely the superstar that they need, the go-to player that they need, because Lonzo is going to bring that floor general, that Jason Kidd, that Chris Paul type of game on the floor and be able to get everybody the ball in their spots and make everybody games kind of easier for them. I think Brandon Ingram has the ability to turn into a superstar, but everyone's been talking about Paul George. It's no secret. He's going to be a free agent after this year. But most likely Indiana, if they're smart, they'll trade him. That way they don't just let him go for nothing. Right. So I think he'll be a good fit. But surprised at the NBA draft for the team that I think kind of won the draft, and they drafted De'Aaron Fox at 5 was the Sacramento Kings. They had a good draft. They got De'Aaron Fox, Justin Jackson from North Carolina, and Harry Giles from Duke. And he was the number 1 prospect, but kind of due to injury. I think Sacramento did a really good job in the draft. Boston got Jason Tatum at number 3, and Josh Jackson went at number 4. My Dallas Mavericks got Dennis Smith with the number 9
pick. He's a great player too.
And I think that's what they needed, man.
I was shocked how late he went in the draft.
Right, I thought he would have went a spot before to the Knicks, But they drafted Nicotini. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm not even going to try. That's the one shot right there. They drafted him out of France or somewhere. And but I thought they would have got Dennis Smith, who's a finisher at the point guard position. He had a good body, like 6'3", some nice size. So I think he's definitely a good fit for Dallas. That's what they needed, a franchise point guard. Haven't had one since Jason Kidd and Steve Nash. I still like Curry at the 2 guard spot. I think Curry is only going to get better. NBA could possibly be an all-star. Then you got Harrison Barnes at the 3, who they're kind of building around. And they're trying to keep Noel. I can't think of his first name. It just slipped my mind. Nerlens Noel. Nerlens Noel. They just got the young center they traded for out of Philly. So, man, the NBA draft was good, but the most shocking move, player didn't even get drafted. It was Jimmy Butler, got traded from Chicago to Minnesota, reunite with his own head coach, Tom Thibodeau. I think my personal opinion,
he was going to get traded. I mean, I knew he was talking about leaving, but I just don't believe I didn't think that they were going to do it. Go for it, and I don't. But, I mean, I know he was talking about leaving, and when players talk about leaving, they automatically be like, okay, let's trade him.
Yeah, because he's going to be a free agent after this year, and you don't want to just let him go and not get nothing. Right. And they actually got 2 good young players for him, Chris Dunn and Zach LaVine. I think Chris Dunn would be an all-star in this league at the point guard position. And I think Zach LaVine, he's coming off from a gruesome, I think he tore his Achilles or maybe ACL or something. So he's coming off a really bad injury, but his athletic ability, along with his scoring, is something they can get 2 core young players that they could build around possibly. I think that was good for them. But Minnesota, man, they're one of the young, talented teams in the NBA led by Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins. Then you add in a piece like Jimmy Butler. I wonder how, I've been watching NBA analysts, they say that propels them into the playoffs. And I don't know, is Jimmy Butler that good to you?
I don't think so. I mean, I think he did.
He's really good.
He's great. He's really good. Great. But I don't think that he is that player that people are making him up to be. He is a good player. He could ball, but I mean, I don't think he could take a team all the way to the playoffs and succeed with it. I don't think that at all.
Well, the one thing I think he do add to the Timberwolves is kind of like that go-to player in crunch time. Andrew Wiggins haven't showed that he can just go get a bucket when you need it. I think Jimmy Butler showed he can do that, and he knows how to win. Mm-hmm. He's going to bring toughness and leadership. He knows what Tom Thibodeau expects at practice, so I think he brings some leadership to that young team. Karl Anthony Towns is going to be an MVP someday, so I think they have a good young core, but just thinking, kind of comparing them to the Lakers right now with their young core, if they get Paul George either this year or next year, I think they're kind of even. In my opinion, Jimmy Butler's a really, really good player. He's just not a franchise-changing player, in my opinion. But they have Karl Anthony Towns there. But that's a good fit for me. But the Knicks, man, the New York Knicks, really, they got a good player from.
They drafted.
The funny name who I mentioned from out of Nikita. I don't even know how to pronounce it, man. But they got the young kid. Who's a big size point guard. They say he's a nice fit, but guess what they drafted out of UH? Damian Dotson. Damian Dotson in the second round from our school, who's a knockdown shooter.
44th pick.
Yes, 44th pick. Damian Dotson, shout out, man, out of UH.
Yes,
he's a knockdown. One thing they got with Damian Dotson, he's athletic wing.
Yes.
He can defend. He's going to bring his lunch pail to work every day. He's going to defend. He can rebound, but he can stretch the floor. Yeah. Most important, he's a knockdown shooter, 3-point specialist. That's one thing he's good at.
He can shoot lights out.
Yeah,
so at the bottom every time.
Somebody's commenting, one of my cousins, John, he said that they should have got Malik Monk at that spot. I don't know. He's kind of like a J.R. Smith to me in the league. I think he'd be like a J.R. Smith or Luke Williams. I think it would have been a nice fit for the Knicks because they do need scoring from their guard position, but you got to get a point guard. They don't have a point guard. They haven't had one since.
So you saying Dot is going to be a point guard?
No. Dot is going to be on the wing. I'm talking about their first-round draft pick where they drafted the point guard. Yeah, Dot is going to. His second-round pick is non-guaranteed money, so it's not really a guaranteed contract. But I think he will make that team. He is going to give them outside shooting, athletic ability. They need to get younger, more athletic.
Right.
So I think he definitely helps them in that area. So I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see this summer league and who's going to do what. I want to see what Lonzo Ball looks like if he lives up to the expectation of his father.
Because he has some huge shoes to fill based off what his dad is saying and, how everybody's looking at him and the way he's playing. He has some big shoes to fill.
He definitely does. I wonder, do you think he can propel them to the playoffs in his rookie year?
I think he has the potential.
Does he even win Rookie of the Year?
I wouldn't give him that much. But I think he has the potential to possibly take the Lakers to maybe, to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think he can do that. He's just going to need more players to show up on the court when it comes to help. Because I don't think he's that key player to end a game, and finish it 100%.
Right. Yeah, Markelle Fultz. I want to see what he does.
I was shocked.
I cannot wait. I mean, I want to see what everybody's comparing him like to a Dwayne Wade as far as his scoring ability.
But I never really heard of him until the draft.
Right, because he played at Washington, which didn't make it to the NCAA tournament, and they really had a bad game.
Huh?
Yeah, Pac-12. So they really wasn't national. I saw maybe one or two of his games, but I've been watching highlights of YouTube, kind of seeing what he got. I want to see what he has in the summer league, and if he lives up to the hype, because they was like a consensus number one pick, whether it was Boston or Philly. So he did go number one. I want to see what he has. Also, I want to see. I can't wait to see Lonzo, man. Players already talking about going at him. Joel Embiid is like telling Ben Simmons to duck on his head. And even Ben Simmons is going to be in the rookie conversation for rookie of the year because he sat out all last year. So, I mean, the NBA is in good hands right now. Got a lot of young players was drafted.
What do you think
good
it's
picks.
going to look like, though, playing-wise?
Who?
The NBA altogether in general. Because to me, the NBA has changed. And watching it is different than watching it when I was a little girl. It's just completely different.
Yep.
The way the refs call the game, the way the
Can't
players
even touch
play in the
them.
game. Right. It's just so different. So I'm just kind of feeling like, what is this season coming up going to look like?
I can't wait either. I've been hearing a lot of people like either you're going to go all in and try to get past the Warriors or are you just going to tank?
Right. And then it's just like there's so many players that are like, for instance, what the Warriors did. The Warriors are packed. And, people, you have the draft and, people are drafted into your team, blase, which is cool. But can these players compete against the Warriors? That's my question.
That's
you know
the
what I'm
thing.
saying? Like,
that's
just
the question.
What?
Do you go all in and try to, like the Pelicans, they went all in last year with trading for DeMarcus Cousins. Now they need to build around them. And if they get some right piece, some shooting ability, maybe they can compete against the Warriors and other teams. Like the Clippers, Blake Griffin and Chris Paul both opted out their contracts, so they're going to be free agents. But Clippers have the ability to give them the most money. So do they try to retain those players? They were trying to see what they could get for DeAndre Jordan, so you don't know if they trade there. But just looking at it from his perspective, do they try to – what do you do? I mean, are you consensus that Golden State's just unbeatable?
Right.
And do you plan to tank and trust the process like Philly did? Do you look?
Because like, okay, so you have the Cavaliers, and I heard, the Cavaliers are trying to add on, which any team, if they're smart, they would try to do. But my thing is, do you think that Carmelo's going to the Cavs?
Man, I think. Well, I don't know if they finalized Chauncey Billups' contract with the GM, but when he was on ESPN working on the NBA Countdown, he was a huge proponent of Cavaliers getting Melo. So if he gets that GM spot, maybe he does try to trade for Melo. Me personally, I think Melo would help Cleveland tremendously. I think if they had him, you put him in Love's spot, he's going to give you.
So who they getting rid of?
Kevin Love. Kevin Love is going to be traded.
To
period.
Who?
Whoever wants him. Whether they try to get Melo or they try to get Paul George, Kevin Love is the bait out there.
So I think Paul George is going to go straight to the Lakers because that's where he wants to be.
Well, I think in free agency, that's where he'll go, but he's going to get traded. Indiana won't let him just walk free. So that's – and if I was the Lakers, I wouldn't trade for him because I would like to keep my young pieces. And you don't want to do like the Knicks did when they traded Melo. They traded away Gallinari and all the young pieces that they had. And then when he got there, we didn't have nothing. So if it was me, I think Paul George, I would tell the Lakers, look, keep your young pieces like Julius Randle, Jordan Clarkson. All those good pieces are good foundations, a good young core. So I think – Paul George, I think he will end up being a Laker or even a Clipper. If the Clippers re-sign Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, he could fit right in that 3 spot. All they needed really was a 3. They had Luke Baumute. Then you think back here before that, Paul Pierce and Jeff Green and all these different small forwards, but none of those are Paul George. So I don't know. Paul George wants to be in L.A. I think being in L.A. is a good fit, especially marketing. Paul George, man, I can't wait to see what he does, where he goes.
I'm just trying to figure out this whole Carmelo thing. That's what I want to know.
What do you think? I think Melo, he would definitely help Cleveland because he's going to give you 20-plus points, and I think he can. He can rebound. Him and LeBron will split that rebound, and
like
he can play the 4 and he can play the 3.
Like LeBron is fighting for him to be a part of the team.
He should. They're really close friends. And then when LeBron to go to the bench, that second unit that they would have with Kyrie and Melo and let LeBron rest. Because if you look at this last playoff series, and especially against the Golden State, when LeBron went to the bench, it was like they just lost all momentum.
Right.
And I think Melo will help out in that instance as well. But Cavaliers, what did they do, man? I think they're going to go for it. A lot of people been speculating maybe LeBron James will leave after this next season because he only has 1 year left based on his contract before he'll resign. I can't see him leaving. I can't see him leaving unless Cleveland isn't doing enough to where they can win.
Right.
I can't see him just staying there and they not putting the team out on the floor to where they can compete and get to the championship.
I don't think he's going nowhere. I think he has too much pull where he is. Like he basically coached the team through the playoffs. He basically coached the team in the final, games. So I feel like anywhere he goes, he would still be like, head honcho regardless. But I feel like here,
they've been speculating he want to go to L.A. Him and Paul George meet L.A. That's what I was speculating. I've been hearing on ESPN. But I don't really feed too much in that because if you think about when LeBron left Cleveland the first time, you didn't hear a peep, a word, nothing. I think his camp is so tight, they're not going to put anything out, especially to like ruin the chemistry or anything like that. But at the same time, I could see him send a sign to the owner of the Cavaliers like, look, you better try to get some pieces over here because I'm not going to stay here and I have to do it all like I did before. So it's good, man. People comment on the Facebook. If y'all watching live, we were live also on Facebook, and someone's commenting and saying they should trade JR and Shumpert for Melo. They won't do that. Neither. They're two role players for Melo. They have to give up Kevin Love. That's the only way they'll get Melo. So yeah, Melo. Who would you rather, Melo or Paul George? If you were on LeBron James with the Cavs, Melo or Paul George?
I would go with
anyone listening out there. I know y'all listening. Who would y'all rather, Paul George or Carmelo Anthony? Or who was your surprise pick in the NBA draft? Man, don't hesitate to call us at 832-230-5592. Let us know your opinion. Who would you rather, Melo or Paul George?
I say
Paul
Melo.
George younger.
He is, but I say Melo just because
What
him
they
and
need.
LeBron have chemistry, and not only that, they need someone like Melo. Like Paul George, like, yeah, okay, he could play. He's, that big man that they kind of need. But then at the end of the day, I feel like LeBron needs help, just like Kyrie need help. But the three, they're going to be the three role players, and I feel like Paul George, if he comes in, he's not going to be what the Cavs need right now.
Yeah, I see. Well, we know people who know me. They know Melo is one of my favorite players, but I'm not going to be a homer. I think Paul George would be a better fit because he's better defensively. He gives them more athletic ability, and he can also close. You won't have to be all on Kyrie to close.
I mean, but if you think about it, you got JR, you got Kyrie. Those two right there, JR can close.
No, JR's not a closer.
Yes, he can.
JR is not a closer.
He can close.
No, he cannot. JR is a role player.
He's a role player, but he can close.
Nah, JR is never closing his career.
He's never closed because he's never
not because he's not a closer.
He can be a closer.
Nah, JR is a streaky shooter.
A what?
A streaky shooter.
Streaky?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Means that if he misses first two, he can make his next three. He can miss his next three, make his next
game,
five.
He didn't even miss a three.
That's one game, though. What about the previous four before that?
He didn't even show up to those games.
That's what I'm saying.
Sick.
He's streaky.
Okay.
Nah, he's streaky. That's what I'm saying. You can't put no trust in no J.R. Smith.
I'm not going to say put all your eggs in one basket, but I'm going to say I do think that he could get the job done alongside Kyrie and alongside Melo.
He didn't do it this year.
Look,
we ain't even talking about J.R. J.R. is a role. He's like a Luke Williams.
Okay, I'll give you that.
You know what I'm saying? He's one of them young players, could maybe come off the bench or come in your starting lineup or spread the floor for you. One thing that I can say he has showed me tremendously since he's been in Cleveland is his willingness to play defense. JR's been really giving his all on the defensive end and not just been shooting, don't think. He got that shooting mentality, that Kobe Bryant mentality, shooter, don't think.
But I feel like, with Melo coming to this team, I feel like they'll all mesh together defensively and everything. So I feel like that's how they would roll. But we're going to finish talking about this when we get back from this break.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. And coming up half of the hour, we got our baseball insider, Stephen Martinez, calling in. He's going to give us some updates on baseball. So keep it locked right here on KYND 1520.
1520. 1520.
KYND. It's about connection.
It's about community.
It's about empowerment.
It's about you.
The kind of talk that inspires change.
Connect now at kyndradio.com.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, my name is Les Brown, and I want to invite you to join me on KYND Monday from 9 o'clock until 10. It's radio that is designed to help you to live your dreams rather than your fears. A lot of people are talking about what's going on in the White House. I say focus on what's going on in your house. We're going to teach you how to begin to overcome your fears, how to identify the goals that you want to achieve and make them happen, and how to begin to get negative, toxic people out of your life. You have something special. You have greatness within you. Listen to me Monday from 9 o'clock until 10 on KYND. You have something special. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Ready to live your best life? Get motivated with powerful programs that help you take control of mind and body.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, my name is Les Brown, and I want to invite you to join me on KYND. It's radio that is designed to help you to live your dreams rather than your fears. You have something special. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
KYND 1520 is a powerful 25,000 watt station that covers 175-mile radius of Houston and surrounding areas, and can be heard and seen anywhere in the world online through the mobile app powered by JStream. It's not just radio, it's interactive radio. KYND is the kind of talk that inspires change. Learn how to get healthy and stay healthy. Be inspired to live your best life. Control your finances. Join the growing number of sponsors that understand the value of connecting to listeners through KYND, the kind of talk that inspires change. Download from Android or Apple device at KYND Radio. KYND is not just talk radio, it's interactive radio. Powered by JStream, the future of broadcasting. Listeners now have multiple ways they connect to the conversation. Using a mobile device or computer, they are able to watch their favorite radio talk shows just like a TV program. They can call in during a broadcast, send instant messages as they listen live, or share.
What's up? Welcome back, man. They making fun of my country draw up here, man. I'm from Sherman, Texas, man.
Name Dunlap.
Gracie County, young small country town.
Say your line. Go ahead.
My name Dayon Dunlap. It's a little inside joke, man. They make fun of the way I say my name. It's all good. It's all living games, man. If y'all been listening to the show, we started out talking about the NBA draft and some of the trades. We want to know you guys' opinion, what you think about the NBA draft, what you guys think about your team. Who's your team? The Lakers, Houston. Houston, they didn't have a first-round draft pick, so but I think they will be heavy in free agency. They're looking to draft. Well, I've been reading. They're trying to bring in Chris Paul, or at least meet with him, see if he's interested.
That would be a good.
I don't know. I mean, I think it could be, but James Harden had a career year at the point guard position. So do you bring in Chris Paul, who's a ball-dominant point guard, and move him back to the 2? I don't know if that's a smart move. I think
it could possibly be a good move. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're gonna take, James Harden shine or whatnot, but I feel like, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I think that. Oh, that's a hard one. I think that James Harden could be a good 2.
Oh, yes, he definitely could be a good 2 guard.
But I mean, yes, he has his whole ego of I'm the face, I'm the point guard, I'm this. But I think that he needs help when it comes to the point, the 2, the 3. I think he needs help. Yeah. So when it comes to pulling somebody like him in, I think it'd be perfect.
I think it.
Or
mean,
it could be potentially
right.
something.
I think it could fit, but especially in that D'Antoni system, Chris Paul probably would average 15 assists.
Right.
But just.
And the Rockets need to move the ball more. Like it's like they go in there and they just be throwing stuff around. It just be looking.
I mean, it's really all on James Harden. It's either ISO. What are you gonna do? You gonna ISO, either drive, pull up, and kick it.
Kill everybody out, kick everybody out. Or, that's why I feel like he does need help when it comes to being a point guard, when it comes to being a 2 guard or 3 guard. He needs help, and I think that he could do it.
CP3 to San Antonio. Someone just said to me, I think that's a really, really, really great fit. Also, I've been hearing rumors about Derrick Rose if they can't get CP3, because I know their money is kind of low as far as in their cap space. San Antonio. Derrick Rose, he averaged 18 points per game this year for the horrible Knicks, and I think they had handcuffs on Derrick Rose as far as in that system. You give him the ball and let him play a kind of an up-tempo system, I think Derrick Rose can get you 20 to 22 points per game. And that's what they need. I think he's a bit upgrade from what they had from Tony Parker. And Patty Mills is going to be a free agent this year. So San Antonio is definitely in the field for a guard. I think a CP3 a better fit. No lie. I can't dispute that. CP3, Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, that'd be great.
LaMarcus Aldridge is a pick and pop. He'd be back to his strengths, picking and popping with him and CP3. We know CP3 is one of the best pick and roll point guards in NBA history. So I think that would be good.
I don't know. When it comes to Derrick Rose, he makes me nervous. He's so accident prone. I'd be so afraid for him. I'd just be so afraid for him. But I mean, I think he is a great player all in all. He does. He can score, will score. Whatever he got to do, he'll do it to get to the basket, which I like. And I love watching him play. They want to see what?
My co-host on Facebook Live. If those of you listening, we also stream live on Facebook. So at the same time, reading comments and trying to comment with the people. Again, if those listening, you have something you want to comment on, call in. Don't hesitate. 832-230-5592. Knicks been talking about trading Porzingis, which I don't think they will. They were starting chanting Firefield, Jackson Firefield, which I think that would be a good move, but they're not going to do that because he's taking all the heat and taking off the heat off their owner, James Dolan. Mm-hmm. So I think they're going to probably keep him. The NBA, man, I can't wait for the Summer League because, you have this kind of time where it's no football and there's no NBA basketball. So me, I'm sports all year round. You ask me at home, you ask anyone, my family, they know I'm sports all day. I'm on my phone, on Bleacher Report, ESPN. I'm watching everything. So I can't wait for the Summer League. I'm going to be tuned in. I know it's going to be packed for that first Summer League game. Yeah, actually, that Pro-Am League where we're both going to work here in Houston coming starting next week. We got a shout out to Case for that. I think we may have him on next week. Give you guys more details about that.
I'm excited about that tournament too because you get to see young players who are trying to go somewhere like, overseas, maybe even the D-League, even get picked up in the actual NBA. So I think it's going to be an exciting league to watch, especially with the Pro-Am. And it's going to be the tournament first, and then the league is later on.
The tournament first, and then the league. And speaking of leagues, I just saw Thursday on the draft that the NBA is starting it's going to be an affiliation of the NBA. It's called the G League. I think it's sponsored.
The G League?
Yeah, sponsored by Gatorade, if I'm not mistaken. It's kind of like the D League of the NBA now, but they're going to add a G League, which I think that's a good thing. Add more leagues because you have so much talent in the NBA and so many college players come out that don't get drafted. Then they end up having to go overseas to play. So I think making another league here in the United States is a really, really great idea. I want to say 20 teams in the NBA will have an affiliation team in the G League, which I think that'd be good. And
how many teams have a D League? Every team has D League.
Don't quote me on that. I think so.
I'm pretty sure every team has D League.
I'm pretty sure. I think
so.
They
Only
do.
20 is going to have a G League, so they can pull from the G and the D League.
I don't know. Yeah. They would be able to. I think it's a good idea because you got so many players coming out young and not NBA ready. Then they end up going to the D League or just sitting on the bench. You put them over there and let them develop and actually play. I think that's a brilliant idea. Just say for example, like Jesse, your brother, he's overseas right now. Say if he get an opportunity to play here at home and still get paid, I'm sure that'd be good for him. Yeah. And he'll love it.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. Then you have the opportunity to get looked at by actual NBA teams and scouts and stuff like that.
Right.
But I just feel like you already got the D League. Like,
I want to see the NBA. Not the NBA, NFL have some kind of affiliation league.
They do?
I said I want to see them.
Oh,
I know it may.
okay.
I've saw something.
Because
Maybe
I know
it was
they
in the
have
works,
like
but they
the
should.
practice squad. To me is like their D League, in my opinion. The practice squad when it comes to NFL,
right.
I feel like that's their kind of like D League, and there's a lot of them because you need so many people for practicing. So it's a lot of them. So I feel like that's right there is in my eyes is kind of considered a D League for them, or F League.
Yeah, I see. I got you right
Like,
there.
something like that, whatever you want to call that.
Yeah, we got a caller calling in right now. We're gonna get to him in the show. I think it's our baseball insider, Stephen, is gonna be joining us right now. Stephen, are you there?
I'm here, brother. What's going on? How are you? How's everything?
We're doing good. Stephen is a baseball group. He has a radio show on WKRB called 27 Outs. He knows the MLB. Follow it. Anytime I have any question, I'll call Stephen. Stephen's going to give us a baseball update. What's going on in MLB?
What's going on, man? I know you guys are. I'm gonna keep it local for you guys down there in Texas. They're playing. The Rangers are actually playing the Yankees right now, up 4-1 in the eighth. Texas is interesting to me because I look at them and you look at the rotation with Yu Darvish, Cole Hamels, and the lineup and everything they got going on. And you think they would be better than one game below 500, which is where they are right now.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to find out what John Daniels does, what the front office does, to see if they try to move a Yu Darvish. Do they think about trading Adrian Beltre? He's older in years, but you wonder if a team that is contending now would take a shot on him. And his contract's reasonable. He signed a 2-year contract for about $36 million. So he has about I think he's in the second year of that deal now. So if you wonder if a team that needs third baseman help like Boston, you wonder if they take a flyer on an Adrian Beltre. It's just interesting to me because I watched Yu Darvish last night and he was dominant for like 7 innings. He looked like the Yu Darvish of old before leaving the game last night with a forearm strain. I'm just curious to know what they do moving forward. You know what I mean? Because they have a lot of young prospects. You see what they have in Joey Gallo, who's a home run hitting machine.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, although his batting average isn't where you want it to be, that power is very, very, very appealing, especially in a place like Texas where the ball just flies out of there, especially during the summer.
What's your take on the Astros right now and where they're looking? I know I've been listening to some sports radio and they're kind of talking about their pitching depth and it may struggle.
Yeah, the pitching depth in Houston definitely took a hit because we haven't seen much of Lance McCullers this year. Dallas Keuchel's out, so they definitely need to add a pitcher. I think they needed to add a pitcher with a healthy Dallas Keuchel. I don't know if that's enough necessarily to win a World Series right now. I think, honestly, if you're the Houston Astros, you got to try and go get a starting pitcher, whether it's Sonny Gray or someone like that. I don't know if what they have right now is enough, because you look at the division. First of all, that division is ultra competitive. I don't know if anybody beats them.
Yep.
Seattle's an offensive team. They need pitching. Everybody around the game needs pitching, and Houston's no exception. The only thing is Houston's lineup can go to the World Series right now. They added Carlos Beltran. They added Brian McCann in the offseason. They also signed Josh Reddick to a contract. He's been decent for them. So pitching is where the Houston Astros definitely need to improve. And you wonder how serious Jeff Lunau and the front office is about going all the way full throttle for Julio Teheran down in Atlanta. Atlanta's not contending. They want to, get a young farm system, keep the young farm system going down there. So maybe Julio Teheran's an answer for them. Maybe you can call Texas and see what they would give you for Yu Darvish, although I don't think they do it because it's in division.
In division, yeah, you're right about that.
So I think there's a bunch of areas in which the Houston Astros can get better. They actually need to do something in the bullpen as well because Ken Giles, the ninth inning, is kind of like what are we going to get? It's like Mr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Do you think the Rangers can make a run? I know they had that stretch like a month ago where they won 10 games straight, then they kind of tailed back. You think when Cole Hamels comes back, do you think they can make a push?
I see it. I don't know if it's going to be enough because the problem is the Houston Astros are already ready to probably win the division. The thing is for me is Martin Perez, who just got hurt in a freak injury in New York, his thumb got caught in some sort of door and it split the top of his thumb, so he's going to be out maybe 3 weeks to a month. If he can come back healthy and Cole comes back healthy and you get you pitching the way he pitched last night, they can make a run. And if Houston doesn't add pitching, this division could get interesting down the stretch in August and September. So, and listen, this market is just flooded with pitching. So if Texas feels like they need to go out and add an arm, they need bullpen help as well because their bullpen ERA is maybe, I think, 15th in the American League out of 15 teams. So they need to do something in terms of their bullpen.
Now, well, I know you're a sports fan, not just baseball, but thank you for that baseball. What else? What was your thoughts on the draft and what your home New York Knicks did, or just around the league, and what's some of your thoughts on some of the trades going on?
The Knicks draft for me was kind of predictable. You kind of knew who they were going to take because the kid Nicola, I don't even know how to say his last name.
Yeah, me either.
Call him the Big Frank. He was actually being discussed for about 2 months. You know, Frankie Isola of the Daily News, the New York Daily News, broke a story that the Knicks were looking at him a month and a half before the draft, but they had conversations late in the proceedings about trying to trade for maybe a Josh Jackson. I'm surprised they didn't take Malik Monk. If Malik Monk was there, I would have taken Malik Monk over the young Frenchman. I understand the size. I understand the defensive.
You think you can build around Malik Monk? Just for me, from looking and watching him play in college, I think he's going to project to maybe like a Lou Williams or a J.R. Smith or Jamal Crawford type.
I get your point. Now, I guess that's why some teams are kind of scared away from him. But one thing you need in the modern NBA, and Dayon, you know this better than anybody, you need somebody that is going to be able to stretch the floor and shoot threes.
Yep.
And that's one thing he did in college. He stretched the floor a lot. He shot a lot of threes. So, you know, I'm kind of curious as to why the Knicks didn't take him. Now, that's a good pick in Charlotte because you add him with Kemba Walker and Nicholas Batum. They traded for Dwight Howard. So that's a good fit for him with the Hornets. As far as the Knicks go, listen, this whole trading Porzingis situation, I kind of want to laugh at it because it's like you hear Phil in the press conference saying he wanted to go younger. Yeah, well, you got a 21-year-old. How much younger can you go?
Only one trade in which we talked about it, which he could have got younger, a year younger, I think, is Devin Booker. But Phoenix didn't want to give him up. But that's probably the only trade that I would have got. I would have got Devin Booker and that number 4 pick. Other than that, I wouldn't trade Porzingis for anyone. Listen,
I wouldn't trade Porzingis for anyone, but I'll say this. The thing about it is, if you were going to trade him, I don't think trading to Boston was a good fit because all the rumors are that the Knicks were looking at the Celtics and the Celtics had an appealing package. You don't trade him to your hated rival.
Your best player.
Boston's like, you talking about Boston, that's like, you know, the cousin you don't like.
Right. We know the rivalry from Boston and New York. Look from the Jets and
New England,
Yankees, Red Sox, Boston Knicks. But we got to go to a break. But thank you so much for calling in and doing that baseball update. We'll look for you every week or every other week. Depends on your schedule. You're more than welcome anytime. We're going to take a quick break. That was Stephen Martinez. We appreciate that. But keep it locked right here to 1520 KYND.
Learn how to get healthy and stay healthy. Be inspired to live your best life. Control your finances. Join the growing number of sponsors that understand the value of connecting to listeners through KYND, the kind of talk that inspires change. download from Android or Apple device at KYND Radio. KYND is not just talk radio, it's interactive radio. Powered by JStream, the future of broadcasting. Listeners now have multiple ways they connect to the conversation. Using a mobile device or computer, they are able to watch their favorite radio talk shows just like a TV program. They can call in during a broadcast, send instant messages as they listen live, or share a broadcast so all their friends can watch live on Facebook.
KYND, it's about connection.
It's about community.
It's about empowerment.
It's about you.
The kind of talk that inspires change.
Connect now at kyndradio.com.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, my name is Les Brown, and I want to invite you to join me on KYND Monday from 9 o'clock until 10. It's radio that is designed to help you to live your dreams rather than your fears. A lot of people are talking about what's going on in the White House. I say focus on what's going on in your house. We're going to teach you how to begin to overcome your fears, how to identify the goals that you want to achieve and make them happen, and how to begin to get negative, toxic people out of your life. You have something special. You have greatness within you. Listen to me Monday from 9 o'clock until 10 on KYND. You have something special. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Ready to live your best life? Get motivated with powerful programs that help you take control of mind and body.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, my name is Les Brown, and I want to invite you to join me on KYND. It's radio that is designed to help you to live your dreams rather than your fears. You have something special. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
KYND 1520 is a powerful 25,000 watt station that covers 175-mile radius of Houston and surrounding areas, and can be heard and seen anywhere in the world online through the mobile app powered by JStream. It's not just radio.
What's up? You're listening to In the Game live on KYND. We're also streaming live on Facebook for those that are watching. Thank you for watching. We've been doing a lot of NBA talk. We had my baseball insider, Stephen Martinez, call and give us a insight on what's going on in the world of baseball and the major leagues. Thank you for that. But we're going to continue this sports talk. And, I mean, mainly, the only thing really to talk about in sports mainly is NBA and boxing.
I have a question before we go to NBA. So I was watching, I guess I was, I work with ESPN Radio on the other side as well. And I was listening to them talk about a baseball player from Oregon who was their pitcher who, at the age of 15 raped his 6-year-old cousin.
Okay.
I don't know if he ever got drafted. I don't really follow baseball like that, which is what I wanted to ask the caller before he ended, but didn't really get a chance to about that. But what are your thoughts on a pro player being either drafted or thought about being drafted? Yeah, even, having him in the realm of, even having the pleasure of thinking you could possibly be drafted after doing such a tragic
even
thing.
to be eligible to be drafted.
But my thing is, he went to Oregon on a full ride scholarship, though.
Did it happen before his time at Oregon?
He was 15 years old.
Oh, okay. So it happened in high school.
Right. When he was 15, he did go to juvie and did time in juvie.
Okay. Well,
of what he did. So he did his time.
You do your time.
But my thing is, a lot of people are saying he should not even be a friend because he would be a pitcher. He would be the face of the team. He would be, the team. So people are saying, would a franchise ever want a person who has raped someone before to even be the face of a team? I'm not sure if he got drafted. I can't even remember the boy's name. Yeah, but I do know his storyline. Right. I want to know your take on what you think and how you feel about it.
Me personally, I think once he paid his debt to society, we were going to jail. I think this country is supposed to be, land of second chances. So I think he should definitely get a second chance. But I can't help but to think about Collin Kaepernick.
Right.
And why he's still unsigned. Anytime you compare anyone, Collin Kaepernick is unsigned because he stood up for something that was right. So anytime you say someone did a crime, I can help but think, well, how is someone like Collin Kaepernick not signed?
Mm-hmm.
And just think about how the officer for Philando Castile wasn't charged with the murder of that. That's what Collin Kaepernick was protesting for. And that's what supposedly this country is so great, because he has the ability to take a knee and have that. So, I mean, to answer your question, I don't see why he shouldn't get a second chance.
Right.
I mean, if it happened before he was a young, basically a teenager when it happened, he paid his debt to society, went to jail or whatever happened to him, and then he got out, changed his life. I think he definitely should get a second chance. I don't have no parts of that, but I'm guessing you kind of feel different because you're a woman, right? And you kind of look at it differently, and maybe, or
I mean,
how
I
you feel
kind of
about
look at it differently, but at the end of the day, he was 15 years old.
Right.
I feel as if, as a grown man, his mindset may have changed or could possibly have changed. If he has gone from 15 to now, I'm sure he's, 22, 21?
Yeah.
He, and hasn't had any allegations of raping another person. I don't feel we should look at him like he's still that rapist.
Right.
He was 15 years old. Maybe in his mind, he didn't think it was rape. Mm-hmm. Maybe in his mind, he was just, being a boy, attracted to a girl. Cousins or not, I don't, a lot of people do a lot of things. A lot of people be dating family members, Yeah. It may not have been wrong in his mind. He was 15. I think now he deserves a chance after he done, went through everything he went through, and he went to juvie for it. He paid his time. The way that this story came out is because a reporter digged into the story, and that's how it came out, because Oregon didn't even know
What's his
about
ethnicity?
He's a what? Caucasian.
Okay.
Caucasian. He's a Caucasian. I don't know if he has French or anything in him,
Right.
From my understanding, he's a Caucasian male who is talked about being a part of the MLB draft.
Yeah, I mean that's news to me, man. I think if he can get a second chance, I think he may deserve it. But we really don't know the details of the case. But I think that's a good thing.
The case is closed. I mean, it was years ago.
It's years ago, but right.
The case is closed. Okay, he just served his time. The case is closed.
Yeah, you're right. But I think I can't help but think with stuff like that if he does get a second chance, if he got a second chance, why is Collin Kaepernick still unsigned?
This is true.
How long will he be unsigned? He's still one of the best. He's not 32 quarterbacks in the NFL.
They want him to feel it. Like, they want him to feel like he's not going to be signed. That's kind of how I feel, because I feel like he should have been signed a long time ago. So I feel like the league is just, like, trying to prove a point. Like, stop doing what you're doing and we'll sign you.
And just, let's just be honest. Who are the owners of the NFL?
Right.
They're owned by old white men.
Right.
And we know how old white men historically in this country view us as black men. So when you look at him, I think they're looking to teach him a lesson. Like, boy, you stay in your lane and you play football and you do what we hired you for.
Right.
Because being a football professional is a job.
Right.
But at the same time, that's why I salute and I applaud Collin Kaepernick, because
for not letting down.
He had to know in his mind that this is going to risk my NFL future. And for him to be like, I'm willing to stand up and sacrifice my career from something that's bigger than me, I gotta salute that.
Right.
I gotta salute that.
Got to.
So I mean, that's big, man. Shout out to Collin Kaepernick, man. I hope you get signed.
Me too.
But man, Lonzo Ball, man. We got to get into this little name, Lonzo Ball. We already talked about his shoe. We know it's $500. But he just released a new colorway of the ZO2, and this in the Lakers colors in Showtime edition. White, purple, and
But you should knew that was coming.
You knew it was coming, but I just think the whole idea is lit of starting your own brand.
I mean, it is lit. It's smart. It's a great
shoe. I love
great.
it.
The shoe, you love the shoe?
I don't care. It ain't no different than any other shoe.
The difference is the price.
That's the only difference.
So you gonna pay that price?
I'm not paying it because I can't afford it. I'm not a big baller, as LeVar said. As LeVar said, you can't afford it. You're not a big baller. Well, I'm not a big baller.
Okay, so I'm gonna steer from that because I don't like the shoe at all. So I'm gonna steer from that, and I'm gonna go to this new Wild Thoughts video with Rihanna.
Okay.
Now that is lit. I mean, I'm not gonna the video. She was a little, little too much.
A little seductive.
Boy, but she looked good. She looked good,
And it's a good song.
right. Every time I hear that, you turn it all the way up, take the windows down, drop that top, you be jamming.
Yeah,
it's a good song. I love that song. I think the whole thing is lit. Shout out to Party Next Door for writing it and DJ Khaled for producing it. I think it's a
I'm
lit
gonna agree
song.
with you, man.
It's
It's
live.
lit. I like the song.
I think that's the hottest song out right now. I'm gonna give it to her.
I don't know.
She did that. I'm gonna give it to her. That even men are right. I was driving down the road and men like have their window down, rocking wow, wow, wow. Like
I don't know, man.
I've never seen a man rock like a Beyonce song hard like that with the bass bumping. I think that's the hottest song out right now. I'm gonna give it to her. I'm gonna give it to her.
I think it's lit. I like the song. I like DJ Khaled for sure, man. His energy and everything.
He wasn't even really in it.
No, I'm just saying as far as his interviews. But even the video, it goes with the song.
Yeah,
That's one thing I like too.
But I'm mad that they did not have Santana.
Oh, okay.
In it.
Right.
The guitar. That's his
Right,
guitar.
right.
I just hope that they did it right and they gave him credit for his, music.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. I don't know. RJ, what else we got, Little Lane? What's on your mind? Anything you could think of? Was either Little Lane. Little Lane is something for those who are listening. It's something we like to do on the last 10 minutes of our show, or whether something is lit or something is lame. Right now, RJ, you got something?
Yeah. Back to the LeVar Ball thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I saw this clip. Everybody booing him. Everybody hate on him. 'Cause how he promoting his son. And they the best and everything. It's funny because in the clip, everybody's just booing him, and he's happy. He's enjoying it. Yeah, he's enjoying it. And the thing is, he takes his big baller hat in the Lakers color and throws it in the stands, and people start fighting over it.
Right.
Yeah. How y'all gonna boo the man, but they're still trying to fight over his merchandise because he was wearing it?
Right.
Like, so what you getting mad at him for? Like, so
what was
really,
on that hat? Beat 3 Bs?
Yeah, 3 Bs.
And the
the logo.
And it's like, so low key, he get on my nerves, but he's a genius.
Right.
He's a genius,
right.
and I love LeVar Ball, man. I love him. I love LeVar
He
Ball.
even said he got, his other kids, they next in line.
Yeah, he said we'll be here 2 more times.
Right. For the next, his other son.
His son is about to be a freshman at UCLA. Then the other one, I think he may be a sophomore, junior in high school. Melo, the youngest one. But man, I think everything about the Big Baller brand is lit. If Lonzo comes out and balls out, his shoe can be sold. I want to know where is it going to be sold at. That's one thing I want to know. Is it going to be in Foot Locker, Champs, and
his daddy
what's the distribution deal
know.
as far as that? Yeah, he's definitely going to let you know. Right now it's online and pre-sales and all that. And you know what's interesting?
I think once he gets his endorsements and his signings of who is going to be his, like, I guess, sponsor, you could say.
I mean, right now he's his own sponsor. He's his own brand.
But
That's
I think people are going to want to use him.
Right.
Yeah,
so
people are
like
going to use
Sprite,
him and
for
even
example,
take on that shoe
or
and even get a percentage of that shoe.
Now,
whatever.
see, that's one thing LeVar said he's not doing that.
Well, I'm just saying, if they put that on their logo or anything, they put anything and they sell it in their stores, they're going to have to get a percentage.
Yeah.
They're going to have to get a percentage. Or no matter how you flip it, script it, anything, they're going to get a percentage of it.
Yeah, I mean, true. Like 2 Chainz say. Speaking of 2 Chainz, man, his new album is lit. That Pretty Girls Love Trap Music.
I've listened to a couple of songs. I haven't really listened to the whole album, though.
4 a.m.
4 a.m. Travis Scott.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that joint right there. I like the one he got with Nicki Minaj. I think that's a nice joint on there. What the other one?
Was it? It's like a passion? No.
No, Realize. It's
Good Drink.
Patience.
Good Drink
Is that
with
on there?
Quavo and Gucci. That's not on there.
Oh. Well, who is Patience? I just listened to that song yesterday for the first time.
I don't know Patience, but another song that I like that's lit to me, that new Bruno Mars song. For the longest, I know you're gonna laugh at me when I tell you this. I didn't know who Bruno Mars was until earlier this year. You know who I thought he was? Let me tell you who I thought he was. I know you're gonna laugh at this. I thought Bruno Mars was Frank Ocean.
Oh my man.
I didn't know what Frank Ocean looked like, man. I had never seen him.
Google. You have this beautiful laptop right here. This phone,
never
this
thought
smartphone.
to Google him or nothing. I always saw Bruno Mars and just assumed he was Frank Ocean.
Lord, this man right here.
But Bruno Mars,
next time you keep that type of stuff to yourself, okay? Don't tell the world that. Don't Don't do that. Now that was lame. Now that
was lame.
We talking about Little Lame. That was lame, right
man,
there.
I didn't know,
that
man.
That was lame.
I ain't afraid, man. I didn't know, man. But now I know who he is, Bruno Mars. I like his music. What about the BET Awards coming up, man? Who you excited to see? You think it's gonna be lit this year, Lame?
I think it's gonna be lit. I'm excited to see Cardi B perform.
Cardi B?
I'm excited to see Cardi B perform only because this is her first time, like, in such a big atmosphere.
Do you know any of her songs?
I don't know word for word.
I didn't think so.
But I know if I'm listening to it, I know, a
you
little
can vibe
something.
to it.
Yeah, I know a little something. I know some of the words, but I'm not really hip when it comes to music like that.
But you know what's crazy to me?
But I'm excited
when they're advertising the BET Awards, she's actually on the headline. They say
right, she is.
They actually list her in the advertisement. So
she is
Cardi B.
I can't mess with her.
Me either.
I think she's doing good for herself based on where she came from.
Right.
I mean,
I salute the come up for sure.
And she came from literally nothing. Like if she follow her, she literally shows you her whole life.
Yeah,
like she's open with it. So I just like her whole vibe. I mean, I'm not gonna say I agree with the way she came up. But I mean, she came up and she's staying where she's at, and I like that because a lot of them
and she's not content either. She's steady trying to do whether it's modeling, the rapping, whatever. She got her hands a little bit of everything. I like that.
That's my favorite.
One more thing before we wrap it up, Little Lame, the NBA is doing an award show this year. Traditionally they haven't done an award show, so it's kind of going to be like if you watch the ESPY Awards, it's actually going to be a show where all of the stars are going to be there. Well, I think it's going to be lit. It's going to be hosted by Drake.
I think it's going to be lit,
Drake did a great job hosting the ESPYs before.
Everybody's going to be watching that. I mean, it's too many superstars in one. They're going to love that show. Yeah. Especially if you love sports. That's going to be the best show right there.
I can't wait to see it. I want to see that Russ handle that MVP trophy. I want to see his MVP speech. If he throws any shade at KD.
Lord.
Can't wait to see that, man. But if those of you who are listening, we thank you for listening. We're here every Saturday from 2 to 3. I'm Dayon Dunlap.
And I'm Latasha Jones.
Of UH. Thank you for listening, man. We'll see you next week.
The views and opinions expressed on KYND 1520 talk programs are those of the host, guest, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its owners, management, other hosts, or advertisers. Show topics on this station may include conversations on any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practices. KYND, a Synergy Broadcasting Company.
Hello, everybody. This is Chris Boykins. I want you to join me for GFT 101. You do not want to miss this show, y'all. We're going to talk about the fundamentals of fitness and every aspect of fitness that you can think of. So don't forget to join me every Saturday on 1520 KYND.
GFT 101 with Chris Boykins every Saturday, 3 p.m. here on 1520 KYND.
What up, world? It's your man, Carl Mays, the King Motivator. KingMotivator.com. That's right. Another day, another chance. We got to let y'all know something because I like to let family know family business. So here we go. We had John Gray on last week. We had Averton Gray on as well. We got 20,000 views. We got 1,300 comments, and we got 3,000 shares. So I got to let you know something. Somehow somebody got the video removed. But you know what? We got it archived. So guess what? Monday, June 26th, you got to tune in. 1 o'clock, it's going to air right after Rushion McDonald's Money Making Conversations. So make sure you tune in and make sure you reshare and make sure you show John and Averton Gray that you do love what you hear and what you see. Holla.
Music with a message.
Say it loud. Say it loud.
Music with a message.
I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Music with a message. Nobody did it
I make it in a cold sweat.
the way they did it. Nobody.
I can't get next to you.
Revolutionary music.
I don't want nobody. Give me nothing.
That transcended generations. The Godfather of Soul.
I feel good.
the king of pop, the emperors of soul. It's James Brown.